Hello world, hello adventurers, hello anyone who happens to be listening. Welcome to Adventurous Spirits, the podcast. This is a time where I serenade you and we talk about adventures, various things that relate to the adventurous life. Because I don't know about you, but life can be intimidating. And so today we are talking about sort of redeeming or reconnecting or rediscovering outside. What do I mean by that? So this podcast is all about our believing that the world is full of beauty and magic and wonder, and having a desire to experience that on a regular basis. It's, I think we've all had wonderful, magical experiences in life. But day to day, we can get a little lost in the mundane. So this is an attempt to encourage one another in that pursuit of finding and enjoying the adventure the world has to offer. So today is episode 4, and it's all about kind of reimagining and reconnecting and just having a fresh awareness of what adventure might be in the outdoors. I'm your host, Cortney Matz, and I will play you some songs that have helped me find courage and bravery when I need to face something that intimidates me, but be it an outdoor activity or just sending an email that I'm afraid will not be responded to or be outright rejected. And I'm here because every personal growth journey needs a soundtrack, and I want to be the sound that helps you find the courage to do the next thing. So I want to know if you're listening now or if you're listening at any point in the future. This is a live recording, so if you are listening now, you can comment in the chat. And if you're listening later, you can still comment, and I will be reading those comments and responding. But I want to know, when was the last time that you needed courage? And can you remember how you found that courage? How did you feel brave when you needed to be brave and you weren't? I don't know about you, but there are a lot of times when I do not feel brave. I think probably half the songs I write are an attempt to help myself be brave when I need to. And that's what this song is about. It's called Artist Song. So they told me I should work from 9 to 5 to stay alive. Toe the line, bide my time till I'm finally 65. Well, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Tell you what, it sucked. It took some time to recognize I'm cut from artist cloth. And I am called to be exceptionally creative in everything I do. It's not a choice I made, it's a life I'm made for. A roller coaster ride to heaven's door. Miraculous, enticing, comfort sacrificing, and every day I ask for more. What am I, nuts? Oh no, sometimes you cry, hang your head and sigh when best laid plans are compromised. Just close your eyes, don't criticize, it's fine though every freaking day is a surprise. Oh, 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 life is so much more than giving. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting this line. Be open to the possibilities. Hustle, bustle, toil, and trouble feels productive in a bubble. Wait, let's reevaluate people, places, thoughts, and feelings. Out of nowhere, humans being torn apart and put together. I don't want to miss it, whether life looks how I think it should or not. Oh no. Exceptionally creative in everything I do. It's not a choice I made, it's a life I'm made for. A roller coaster ride to heaven's door, miraculous, enticing, comfort sacrificing. Tell me, what else am I living for? It's an excellent question. Oh no, sometimes we'll cry, hang our heads and sigh when it's just way too much surprise. Just lift your eyes, watch the sunrise. Some things can be relied on, even if every freaking day is a surprise. Oh, you know how much we love a good surprise. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you love a good surprise? I think that might be one of our defining characteristics as adventurous spirits, is that we run into surprises in life, and rather than ignoring them or trying to pretend that they don't exist, we are learning to come closer. We're learning to get curious. And sometimes those surprises come at you outside of your initiative. And sometimes those surprises are part of a reaction to something that you did. I think those are the tough ones for me. Those are the tough ones for me. I'm less concerned about what happens out of my control. I'm more concerned about what happens when I have put myself out there. I've gone out on a limb and risked rejection, risked disappointment, and I've risked failure. That happens. And yet somehow we survive. At least I'm here to tell about it. So I'm wondering, what is that for you? And I'm seeing there are some comments in the chat. Thanks, Steve, for weighing in. There are days when I need courage just to get up in the morning. That's right. More specifically, this weekend, rehearsing a play over the course of 24 hours required a fair bit of courage. Amen. Tell me about it. A lot of it was somewhat out of my comfort zone, but it ended up pretty cool. And yeah, thanks, Steve, for sharing that. I think that's really true, and I think that's very relatable. I was considering that today, so let me just tell you a quick story. Last night, I went to go to a local bar that I like to go and listen to music sometimes. Every Wednesday night they have a songwriter around, and I just love it. I love being there. I love hearing what people are playing, what they're writing. I love being able to sometimes meet new performers that I didn't know before, and just hear perspectives that I haven't heard before. And it's a really fun, pleasant vibe. Getting there and then leaving there, those are things that they don't intimidate me, but it's a mental hurdle for me to get around. It's like, okay, first I have to be out past 8 p.m. And there are, especially in the winter when it gets dark at like 5:30, it's a mental stress test to stay out past that time. Second of all, once I'm there, I have to leave at an hour where I feel safe getting home at night. And I will say, I have probably pushed the limits of what others might consider a safe time to be walking through Hollywood at night. But last night I was really like, okay, I'm really tired. I have to get home before 10, ideally. 10 would be great. So my first fail-safe was invite a friend who had already expressed interest in going, and she wasn't able to go, so there goes that excuse. But what got me there was remembering how much fun it had been all the other times that I'd gone, and knowing that there had been so many times where I didn't feel like being there, and then once I got there, I was so glad that I went. So I think I will put that out to you as a potential inspiration for courage. Does it help you to remember times when you have been brave in the past and it went well? I think we often rehearse the times when we were brave and it didn't go well. So I wonder if that's part of inspiring our courage, is to know we have succeeded at some point. Multiple times, probably. So this is a song that I have played a lot of times live, but I have not yet released. And it kind of deals with that idea of needing to try again, but being so overwhelmed with the fear that I couldn't do it the way I wanted to. Maybe there's a baby step in there, and I'll talk about that after this song. It's called Gun Shy. You could change your personality just a little bit. I sometimes wish I could reclaim who I used to be, sure of my destiny. Now I'm hanging on for dear life, staying safe here, go and fly. The choice is obvious, but I'm just a little gun shy. Didn't mean to let those troubles get me down and psych me out, but here I am anyway. I'll fight every fear. The drag that got me here can't keep me. I'm still willing to try. Just give me a minute. Wish I could just get over it. Are you careful what you say when you talking about. The past informs the present. My perception is shaped by all I've seen before. Oh, all the steps are in front of me, stretching out right to the skyline. Moving forward is all I need. Sounds so simple, but I'm still gun shy. Didn't mean to let those troubles get me down and psych me out, but here I am anyway. I'll fight every fear. The drag that got me here can't keep me. I'm still willing to try. Just give me a minute. Wish I could just get over it. Snap my fingers and change. With a blink of an eye, with a turn of my head. Feel dangerous. Life happens and it happens to you. You can't go around it, gotta go through. That's what I'll do. What do you think about that? I think I have white-knuckled my way through so many fears that I'm kind of over it. There have been times, especially when I started playing music in front of people, and there are still days when I have an imminent performance and I just don't feel ready. I don't feel like I can do it. Or something happens, like I forget a line, and then it can get in my head and make me feel like I'm doing a bad job. And that's really tough when the only critic in this scenario is my own brain. But something that helps me with that is just to act as if. It's like one step. I know that's pretty popular advice. It sometimes helps, but I think also recognizing, just being honest, like I don't feel good about this right now. I don't feel like I'm doing well, and I don't feel comfortable putting myself out there, but I have committed to it. And I know Janis Joplin was famously gun shy, had a lot of stage fright, would get like sick before performances. And you would never know it, so maybe in a sense that's success, but I also feel like for myself, it helps a lot to recognize the fear and kind of what's at the bottom of that. But also to remember, people have told me and sent me in writing words, telling me what my music has meant to them. One of the most meaningful ones was my very first time playing my songs in front of strangers. And I felt horrible about that performance. I felt absolutely horrible about it. I even apologized in front of the audience. I was like, I know this is the worst thing you've ever heard. I mean, it might not have been that exact sentence, but it was similar. And I got an email the next morning from someone who had been there listening and just told me what it meant to her to hear my song. And so that sticks with me. Like, I reread that. I have saved it in a special place, and I reread it when I'm not feeling confident. And it restores my faith, because it's not just this effort to hope that I will do well or that what I'm doing is necessary or matters to anyone, but it proves to me, it's evidence that I can actually stand on, that like it didn't matter in the past how I felt about this performance. It mattered to someone. So I trust that that can happen again, and maybe it happens more often than I even know. And then a third thing is I try to stay as comfortable as possible. Obviously, a lot of adventure takes us out of our comfort zone. And I think you can get out of your comfort zone while still maintaining a little bit of your comfort zone, like staying in touch with your comfort. So in the instance of live performance, I stick with songs that are really easy to play, the songs that I've been playing forever. The songs that I know are sort of crowd pleasers. I'm not going to introduce a new song that I haven't even tested in front of people before on a night where I'm feeling vulnerable. So I say all this to sort of equate it with, and hopefully give some credence to what I'm about to say next, because I am definitely not in the business of spouting stuff that sounds good but doesn't actually work. And I know I'm speaking and singing to a lot of brave people who have done really difficult, courageous things. But I would say if you are feeling vulnerable today, especially, or anytime, and since we're talking about rediscovering outside, I will put it in the context of going outside. If you're feeling vulnerable about going outside, what is the smallest possible step you can take outside of your comfort zone? I mean, like a minuscule, barely even recognize that you are doing something challenging. Like a mini step, not even a baby step, like a gesture. In December, I released a collection of nature meditations, musical nature meditations called Walk in the Woods. And I knew I was taking a risk by giving you something to inspire outdoor activity in the middle of winter, which is arguably the worst time to be outside. But I want to encourage you that if you are not feeling like going outside, I would encourage you just to look out the window. I think you can meditate on nature just from what you can see. You don't have to even be in it. There are optimal benefits, and then there's just some kind of benefit. And I don't think we have to wait for the best case scenario. I think we can just go ahead and take advantage of what we have within us right now. Tell me if you agree. How do you feel about that? Do you agree? Is there a pushback? Are you thinking, no, we have to wait for the optimal occasion? Is there an opportunity to just try something different and welcome a surprise? let you think about that for a minute. Realizing the song I want to play next, I might need a little support. So I'm just going to go ahead and find it in my notebook. And meanwhile, I'd like to recognize that I get to do this because of Epiphany Space, which is a wonderful artist community in this beautiful space that I get to play piano in, and this is where my piano lives, and the internet that lets me record this live. And I want to thank them for hosting me. And if you are an artist or a creative person that could use a little support in your creative journey, make some friends, have some space to do some stuff, you should check it out, epiphanyspace.com. So the last song I'm going to play for you today is called Wildfire, and this is a song that I wrote just imagining when everything that we want in life kind of starts to pick up. You know, a lot of a creative career as well as an adventurous life takes some doing, takes some hustle, takes some persistence. And I trust that we will experience periods of breakthrough, times when those efforts are beginning to pay off. So that is where this song is written from, and I hope that it inspires all of us to recognize, like, there will be a time when we feel this. It might not be right this second. Maybe it'll be next week. Maybe it'll be next year, or in 5 years. But there will be a time when at least one thing that we've been working at persistently over time will take off like wildfire. What happens next, I can't imagine. Who would have guessed? It's hard to fathom. 10 years from now, I hope they mention what it took to get here. Took so long to get clear. Falling down, getting back up again. Wondering how we make it to the end. Spark after spark burnt out, and now we're catching on like wildfire. Taking over the deepest, darkest night with a bright light. No one can touch it, couldn't even stop it if we tried. If you're listening, just sing that along with me for a minute. Just feel it simmering, that desire that's in you to make your mark on the world, to try something different, to see yourself succeeding. Encourage that with this little hum. It's simmering, wanting so bad to want it less. It's riveting. couldn't stop it if we tried. Understand it, can't put it out. You just gotta let it be wild. All right, my friends, well, on that note, I just want to send you off to your adventures today and this week, with the faith that you will find what you need when you need it. Maybe even take a moment now and close your eyes and imagine yourself succeeding in a way that is meaningful to you, in a micro step. And I also want to, on a practical level, challenge you to go and download that 10-minute walk in the woods. It's free. And just listen to it while you look out the window. If you feel up to it, you can walk around the block, but just the simplest next step, I think, will make a difference. And I applaud all efforts outside of the norm. You can find it at CourtneyMatz.com. I'll put the link in the show notes. If you want to join our Facebook community, it's Adventurous Spirits. Facebook.com/group/Adventurous Spirits. Come tell us about the intimidating things that are facing you today and how we can help you work through them. Rise to meet the challenge. And all of these songs are available on Patreon. If you join my Song of the Month club or become a partner in crime, you will have access to all of the music that I have on there, which is a lot at this point. I think it's upwards of 65 songs, many of which are not yet widely available because it's a new one every month. That's partly why there are so many. So I want to bless you and your intentions to stretch a little further, to reach a little higher today than you did yesterday, for whatever that looks like. Maybe a little further than today than you feel like you can, whether that matches yesterday or exceeds it. Have fun out there.